Good morning, everybody. Um, Again, there's no Zoom sessions today, so consider this your lesson, and then you can go ahead and start working. Today's assignment is rational and irrational numbers. I went ahead and included a cleaned up definition table, and gave you the names, their definitions, and examples. Okay, so that's what slide 1 is. There's nothing to do. It's just there to help you. Slide 2, you're going to type R for rational or I for irrational in each answer box. You may need to evaluate them. Okay, so for example, if you think 16 times pi is a rational number, you would type R. If you think it's irrational, you would type I. And in order to not have to think about whether or not it's rational or irrational, what I would do is evaluate it with a calculator. So for example, on this one, what I would do is I would take 16 times pi, and I would look at that number after I hit equals and see, if that's a, terminating or repeating decimal. I think you can look at that and guess, from there what it would be. Okay. Now on this one, this is sets of real numbers. So whatever family in the real number system you feel like each of these values belongs to, you'll put an X in the box. So if we were going to take a look at, say, the square root of 80, if you think that's a whole number, you would put an X in the box. If it's not a whole number, you just don't put anything. Then you move on. Is it an integer? Okay, it is or it isn't. Is it rational, irrational? Again, make sure you evaluate these with a calculator if you don't know on your square roots. The rest of them you should know. Then moving on to slide 4, what you're going to do is you are going to place these kind of on the number line. So same thing, if we were to look at 8.45, right, we know that's going to fall between 8 and 9, and it should be a little short of halfway, because halfway between 8 and 9 would be 8.5. So what you do is you just grab this little thing right here, and you're going to move it until you get it kind of where you would want it, and then just kind of drop it, somewhere on the number line. Get it as close as you can. If it's not exact, I'm not going to lose too much sleep in terms of if it's on the line or over the line. I mean, if you place this one out here, obviously I'm going to count it wrong, but if you're within, the range, like somewhere in there, that's fine too. So let me go ahead and reset that. And then the last slide is, without using a calculator, I just want to see what you can do with these. So just remember, none of these are perfect squares. There's only certain numbers that are perfect squares. But what you can do is think about the numbers that are perfect squares, like, a number times itself is a perfect square. So let's take a look, for example, at the square root of 7. Okay? So if I take 2 and square it, that would be 4. And if I took 3 and square it, that would be 9. So 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. That means 7, the square root of 7 is going to fall somewhere between those two, and I would drag it here. So what you kind of would want to do realistically is think about, same thing. 12 times 12 is 144. 13 times 13 is 169. So now what you would look for is one of these that falls between 144 and 169. And the only one that does is like 150. So that would go down here like that. All right. I will be taking kind of basically how it's going to work is, this page is worth 12 points. This page is worth 20. Not really 20. It just depends on how many each box, each one is worth. And then this This page here is worth 5 points by getting each of these on the spot right. This one here, I'm going to give an effort of 5 points just for really trying your best to do this. And that's going to be the end of that. Lastly, once you finish this and submit it, just make sure you've caught up on all your other work. Log into Infinite Campus, see what you don't have a score for, and finish. Okay, and then on Friday, I'll have another update with a video, and I'm going to do my Amazon gift card drawing on Friday as well for the $4 Amazon gift card winner. And one of the ways you can get an extra entry into that drawing is to have this assignment done, submitted, and completed Friday morning when I go to make that video. Last thing, I said it. You can get a hold of me via email or text tomorrow from about, I would say, 10 in the morning till about noon. I'm definitely not going to be very available. After that, I can get back to you even though I'm not, I'm out. But I can, if you need to touch base with something, I can get back with you. So this is your assignment for today. Again, nothing to do on this page. It's just for definitions and help. Then you'll work through these 4 slides. Okay? So get this done, get it submitted, and I will touch base with all of you on Monday. Have a great Thursday, and then Friday is catch-up day, and I'm back and can Zoom at almost any point in the day on Friday if you need to touch base. So thank you, and I'll see you Monday.